Hey, I'm Q Rowland, your business growth coach and your money wealth mentor. So let's talk about those third-party collection agencies. Are they legit? Do you have to deal with them? Do you want to deal with them? How should you deal with them? First and foremost, one thing that most people don't know is that not all third-party collection agencies are authorized in your state to collect from you. So one of the things you can go do is go to nmls.org. You can type in any third-party collection agency and you can see what state they are registered in and what state they are licensed in. If they are not registered or licensed, number one, you do not have to talk to them. Number two, you have a right to ask them to cease and desist. You can also inform them that you have done your research and you do know they are not licensed in your state. And number three, make sure you keep good records, because if they continue to harass you past you informing them, you can then sue them in federal court. Yes, you can sue them for harassment. But let's talk about third-party collection agencies. First and foremost, when you have a debt and you refuse to pay it, the third-party collection agency was hired by this other company that you owed to collect the debt, but you signed nothing with them. You signed no agreements. You signed nothing. So I highly discourage you paying any debts before, number one, asking them for a full copy of your contract. You need to do this in writing, because if they cannot produce an agreement, they cannot collect on you. It's just that simple. Number two, technically, if you didn't pay them, you could dispute those collection agency things on your credit report because you signed no agreements with them. Your agreement was with the initial company that you created that debt. You can go back to that original debt collector and ask them, what can you do to get rid of the debt if you decide that you actually want to pay that debt? But I will always do that with the settlement amount in mind. Never go in trying to say, I'm going to pay the full amount. I would first always dispute, then I will review other options. If it has already appeared on your credit, do not make a payment. Once you make a payment, you have basically told them, yes, I agree, I owe you. Your first step is always to dispute. Find you a good dispute letter, and you can find one on my website at qrowland.com. But find you a good dispute letter, send that dispute letter in, do it by mail and with certified mail receipt so that you ensure that they have received it. A lot of credit collectors will say they did not get the letter. So you want to make sure you have proof that you did. Again, you also need to make sure you send them a cease and desist letter so they aren't calling you. Tell them that you want all correspondence in writing by mail. And whenever you make any agreements with any third party or any regular collection agency or debt collector, you want to make sure that any payments, any agreements, anything that you decide to do with them is in writing. They need to provide a confirmation letter via mail or email, something that you can look at. But I always tell my clients, never pay a debt without utilizing all options before that, such as disputing, such as requesting my agreement, such as denying responsibility. Also, numero uno, check the length of time that is owed on that debt. Don't pay a time-barred collection bill, because guess what? The moment you make a payment, you start that time over. What time-barred is an account that has already exceeded its collectible time. Every state is different, so you can literally Google time bar for collections in my state, and it will tell you how long. Once that amount of time has passed, they cannot legally sue you, default you, collect from you. But if you make a payment, you better know they are going to take your money. And that time barred time starts all over. So if it's been 7 years and your state is 6 years and they call you, because they can, in some states, it's not illegal for them to try to collect from you. But in some states it is. But if your state is not a state that requires them to stop collecting and you make that payment, that's on you. And you have admitted that you owe it. And now your time bar time starts all over once you have made a payment. So never make a payment on a time barred account. So these are just some tips on how you can deal with collection agencies. I know sometimes we feel intimidated, we're afraid, or we're nervous, or we're scared they're going to do something to us. But really understanding what your rights are and knowing the laws will help you navigate this process, because most often they get over doing stuff that they should not be doing because they know you don't know the law. And if you supply yourself with all the information so that you can combat all of this harassment and things like that, you'll find that you're in a safe place. They don't have that many rights. Actually, the government has set up so many protective shields for consumers that you actually have more rights than they do. So utilize your rights. Always dispute before making a payment. If you decide to make a payment, settle. Do not ever settle for the full amount. Don't give them the exact amount, because at this point they just want some of their money, and it's not going to benefit you to pay a total bill even if they're saying it's late. So make sure you review all of these things before making any debt collector payments, making sure that they can legally collect in your state. And really, you don't have to pay them because you've made no agreements with them. Your agreement was with this other company, not anybody else. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I am going to be doing a business credit masterclass all for free. So turn on notifications so you don't miss that. And hey, go to my website if you need some additional coaching and one-on-one time with me. You can do that at qroland.com. Make the money, but don't let the money make you.